Okay.
Let's do it.
So, one question that at least one of you is wondering is whether or not dance is a sport or an art. So, that kind of depends on your definition of sport and art. So, I thought about it a little bit, and I feel like my definition of sport would probably be a physical activity that involves exertion and strategy between an individual and a group versus another individual and a group for entertainment. And dance seems to fit that pretty well. And now what's the definition of art? That I think is a physical embodiment of human creativity or emotion that can be seen by others and enjoyed. And that also fits dance. So that doesn't really help. So I'll probably have to look into these a bit closer. So first I'll start with sport. And as I said, it fits the definition pretty well. No one will argue that dance doesn't involve a lot of physical skill and technique. It definitely does. But the other aspect of it, which is in terms of competition against another individual or group of individuals, is a bit trickier. Now, if you stretch the definition, it can still fit very well because dancers have to audition for their roles. And an audition is competing against another dancer to get that spot on a dance crew or in a musical or something like that. And there are also things like dance battles, which are just people directly competing with another dancer. So that kind of helps it fit into the definition of sport as well. And then for art, it definitely fits that very well in my opinion. There are things like interpretive dance and ballet, which are just people and groups of people telling stories through their body movement. And I think that that is very impressive, first of all, as someone who doesn't dance. And I think that it is a very good showing of how creative people can be. And so it kind of depends on your personal experience with dance and things like that. I personally would probably say it fits more as an art because the way I've seen most dance and kind of consumed that media is mainly through things like performances, musicals, stuff like the halftime show, where it's mainly meant to entertain people and not necessarily in competition. Now, if your experience with dance is more dance battle or auditions, I can totally understand a different opinion on that. There are certainly dance competitions that exist, but there's not really a single way you can define it. It's a very individualized definition. So it's kind of also a question that you'll all have to ask yourself. And I gave my best shot at answering it. So, yeah. What do you all think? Thank you.
Okay,